Hey everyone, welcome back to BackMaxI. Today I wanted to tell you guys about my experience at OpenSauce, the trip, how I prepared for it, what I brought, who did I meet, and just update you guys on what a fun time it was. Well, if you don't know, somehow, OpenSauce is one of the biggest science fairs for all ages in America, and it happened in San Francisco this year at Cow Palace, just a 5 or 6 hour drive from where I live. So I was like, all right, let's do it. I've got a plasma toroid generator, a plasma spiral lamp, and let's show it all off and show people how it works. So for OpenSauce, you need to have an exhibit or a booth. They tell you it's going to be an 8 by 8 foot square, and you need to fill it with interactive activities. The booth comes with 1 table and 2 chairs and access to power. So I felt like I needed some more table space than that, so I bought an extra table, bought some tablecloth to make my space look better than it did right here at the LA Maker Faire. Not quite professional, you might say. So I tried to up my game on this OpenSauce. So I sketched up a little booth design. So yeah, there's my exhibit designed. I wanted to show off the plasma spiral tube and the plasma toroid, but here's the thing. Neither of them worked well enough to show at OpenSauce yet. The plasma toroid generator wasn't currently able to make a plasma toroid. Something about the induced voltage wasn't high enough, and even with a Tesla coil gun trying to start it, it wasn't high enough, so I had to figure that out. And then the plasma spiral lamp, it got too hot when I ran it for too long, so I needed to take the whole thing apart, 3D print a new case for it, and I added a few redesigns that you might notice.
Oh, take me to a place in time where the water's blue and the sand is white, sailing through a dream in your mind. I just wanna hold you till sunrise. Yeah, oh, send me your location. I need a destination. Records spinning like the sun and moon in rotation. One love, our lives are one in the same. I'm lost, I really.
Well, I don't know how else to say this except that I dropped it, and it's currently cleanup time. If you catch my drift, don't want to step on that. All right, that's why you have backups, you could say. But man, this was Old Faithful. Xenon 10 tour, 15 tour or something. All right.
To take me to a.
Anyway, after some tinkering for about a week or 2 on both of those devices, I got the plasma toroid working, and I got the plasma spiral lamp working as well, just how it was before, but now both of them run cool, and they're ready for exhibition. Then I picked up another addition to my booth, which is this plastic thing, but it's actually a banner that looks like this, and I think it came out pretty good. Well, everybody, it's a great time right now. I just clocked out of work, and I got a little something in the back seat that I want to bring to OpenSauce. I'm really excited. I leave in the morning. I need to leave at 5 a.m. and then I'm going to drive for about 7 hours to the Bay Area and get to OpenSauce. Okay, so it's the night before. Let's see.
The night before Christmas.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm home and I packed up all my science demonstrations. The plasma toroid, the plasma spiral tube, some of my neon signs, an extra table I'm gonna bring to set all this stuff up. And now we go to sleep because I'm waking up at like 4:45 or 5 to drive 7 hours. So, 1 second. Yeah, so I'm going to bed at night.
You came into my life, woke me up out of a dream right now. I had enough of the night, now I'm singing in the sunlight loud. And every single day I say, who can I rise and shine? Thank God for another day alive. I know no clouds in the sky, but even if there was, it would be alright for sure. That's how I live my life, counting my blessings, spending my time on love. Just loving you right, loving you right. Ooh, waking up with the sunrise, it always brings a better day. Ooh, it brightens up my mind. Oh yeah, nah, and I said hold fast to the light, don't get in your way, just hold on tight, just move fast, don't be shy, just get on your feet, just get yourself right.
And I made it to San Francisco. Where am I gonna live for the next 2 days of open sauce? Well, that's a great question. My friend Dan from Gears, Code, and Fire set me and 2 of his friends up with an Airbnb to live at while we go and present at open sauce. It's amazing. So thank you so much, Dan. So I met up with Dan at the Airbnb, we packed into the car, and we drove about 5 minutes to Cow Palace and unpacked all my boxes. I set up big black boxes around my plasma project so that people who walk by can see the plasma, because otherwise the ambient light would make the plasma nearly invisible. I got help from a viewer of mine, and he runs the science YouTube channel Real Science. He makes Tesla coils as well. You guys should go check him out. He helped me put up my exhibit, actually, and that was a lot of fun. I also met up with my other friend, Ryland. He runs the YouTube channel Electronically Irresponsible. He makes Tesla coils as well and other cool projects like a one wheel or things like that. And before long, it was 6 p.m. on Friday night, and we had all set up our booths, and now it was time for the exhibitor party. So everybody was told to leave the area, go into the parking lot. We waited in a line for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then we re-entered the same building. It was kind of funny. And then now the exhibitor space was set up kind of like a party. There was lights, and the exhibits were filled with their exhibitors. Somehow, they got some exhibitors to stay at their exhibit while other exhibitors went and checked them out. So the party went until like 10 p.m. I'd say, and then we all got kicked out and went home. So the next morning I woke up bright and early, got some Starbucks, and made it to Cow Palace at 8 a.m. And by around 9:30 or 10, people were allowed to be let in and check out all the exhibits. And people started walking by. A few people were like, "Oh, hey, plasma toroid guy." And I was like, "Yeah, sorta." I was one of them. And then I'd show them the plasma toroid, and they'd be like, "Wow, this is cool." Yeah, it was encouraging and inspirational to keep going on these projects. I met several science content creators. That was fun. I met Chris Ekman, who's helped with the plasma channel before on the most recent video. He brought out a radiation dosimeter, and he brought it near my plasma spiral lamp, and it was spiking because my plasma spiral lamp ionizes at 20,000 volts. So it was creating some ionizing radiation of some sort. I also met Steven Fazio, the guy who created the zip string product that creates a really cool string effect. I also ran into Tom from Explosions and Fire, and we talked about chemistry and just what it's crazy to meet each other in person, because we talked way back when I had 300 subscribers about collaborating somehow. So it was nice to meet him. I met some people from the Styropyro Discord. And on Saturday or Sunday, I met Drake Styropyro. I was just working on the plasma toroid, and then I turned around and he was like, "Hey!" And it was really funny. Yeah, so we started talking, and he was like, I showed him the plasma toroid, and it was all rainbowy, and he was like, "Oh, let me get a video of this." And so that was so cool to meet him and nerd out about this kind of stuff. Fireworks, chemistry projects, high voltage. I also met Ben from Nighthawk and Light.
I think I saw your video when you first made it.
Yeah.
So when I'm seeing those dots in the stream, that's like the frequency of the coil.
So I'm not I know it's like
have you seen this in slow motion with a slow motion camera?
not like a really good one. No.
Dude.
I think Applied Science has a video on the standing by striations,
Ooh.
but I don't remember.
He was standing at my booth the other day, but he was like in a conversation, so I didn't want to interrupt him. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was really good to meet him and talk to him about his projects and just open source, how it's going, how his panels went. So my top 2 memorable moments from open source. The first is I was just talking to this guy about my plasma toroid and he was asking questions about it. I also brought my prototype Tesla coil gun and he was looking at that and he was like, oh, did you 3D print this? I was like, yeah, it's just a everyday 3D printer, nothing special, but yeah, I 3D printed it. He's like, oh, cool. How many printers do you have? I was like, 2. Only one works though, and it's kind of a small bed, but it's good enough. And he's like, well, okay, you have 2 3D printers. Well, let me just tell you this. Now you have 3 3D printers, and he handed me this, a orange ticket for a free Prusa, for a free Prusa 3D printer. And so now I'm gonna get a Prusa 3D printer because he liked my projects and he said, you could do this YouTube thing full time. And I told him, I tried, but I think I want a more stable job. Turned out he's science YouTube famous. He makes awesome 3D projects. Probably the top most memorable moment from Open Source 2024, no joke, this kid with his dad walked up and he's about probably 10 years old. I don't know his name. I didn't get his name. It was just a quick interaction about a few minutes, maybe like 2 minutes. But he walked up. He's like, hi, so I built your plasma toroid generator. I got it to oscillate, but I didn't get the plasma toroid to form. And I wanted to know, I measured across the drain to source of the MOSFET, and I noticed that there was higher voltages than I put in. So I was wondering, how could I get higher voltages out? This kid's like 10, and he's just so smart. He said he built a plasma toroid, he got it to oscillate, and he also asked, could I get the plasma toroid ball anywhere cheaper? Because it's a little expensive. And I was like, no, unfortunately, I don't know of any places. Like, best place is still Stratman Design or Zerg Labs or Magic Plasma. But yeah, they'll always run you about $200 to $300. And he's like, okay, well, thank you. Maybe if you're watching it, keep doing projects, man. Keep learning, and you're really smart. But yeah, Saturday and Sunday were just basically all that. Telling people how the devices work, telling them to check out my YouTube channel. Next to me was a guy in high school or college who had made a Fusor, a demonstration fusion device. I don't believe it was doing fusion, but it was coming close. But he didn't inject any like deuterium or hydrogen or anything. But the plasma looked cool. Yeah, there was lots of cool exhibits. Just all around incredible engineers, my age, aimbot, airsoft gun, auto setup chessboard, a few ultrasonic levitators. One of those was built by a 9th grader, and another more complicated one was built by some engineering physics majors from UBC. Shout out to Andrew. I also got to look at some really cool projects like the Berkeley Liquid Rocket team. Once Sunday rolled around and passed by, I packed up and said goodbye to Dan and Joseph and Thomas and drove back down to LA, and the sunset was amazing. Like, it was like a 360-degree rainbow in the sky, like from orange to dark blue. But yeah, overall, really successful open source. I think I might go back next year. I hope you enjoyed the process and the stories today. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and God bless.
Keep your hand by my side as we walk across you can't be locked up with love. You gotta find it like the first hand, first touch. It's never blinding, top down, look up. It's all required, it's always timing. Keep your hand by my side as we walk across the West Coast line. I'll be yours at every mile, and the road goes on for a long, long time. A long time. A long, long time. A long time. If I break down with you by my side, then it's all alright. It's all alright. It might be dark, but I got your light, so it's all alright. It's all alright. 'Cause I know these miles are for the taking. You know my mind is full of patience. New drug, this life is liberating. My heart is racing. You got me saying, keep your hand by my side as we walk across the West Coast line. I'll be yours at every mile, and the road goes on for a long